Alright then, so this is the watch reviewer, this is my first video, and I want to compare an old Michael Kors watch with a new Michael Kors watch. The watches are identical, which was purchased as presents. On the backs of these watches, Michael Kors, they have the dates on them so I can tell you when those were made. I'll start with the old. All the stuff's still in the box. I'll just move the box out of the way. And there you go. Let me zoom in ever so slightly. Focus, focus, there we go. So there it is. Excuse me. I'm just going to pop it off. And as you can see, there's the watch. Nice chronograph watch. And on the back of these watches, all your numbers and everything's there. The number right there, that number tells you when it was made. So it goes day, year, month. And as you can see on that, it says the 25th, says 25/13/11, which means it was made on the 25th of the 11th, 2013. That one was made. Focus camera. There we go. So yeah, that one was made then. The good thing about these watches is the nice little watches for a woman. Not very big. I think they're 38mm case on them. About 12.5mm thick. Nice little chronograph. You've got a start button here for the chronograph at the top. And a stop. And then if you push it, it should start going. Let me just, and then you've got to restart. You see that? It'll wind back up to that, and if you click stop and then restart, it'll wind itself back to the beginning to restart. This watch has been sat in the box for a while, hence why it's doing that. Or it's finally packed in, one or the other. So this here is your chronograph. You've got your watch face, your times, and your date. Yeah, you see how it stopped. Did it line up nicely? Yes, right back onto where it should. I don't know what mechanism's inside of this, so I can't tell you much information about that. But this is the older version of the watch. As you know, it left the factory in 2013. I'm just going to pop it back onto its cushion. It's got a nice little clasp on it as well. I don't know what to call it, but you just push it in. Push it in and pop. It's not lined up very nice. And then you get that one. I'll pull out the newer model. As you can see, all the stuff's still in the box. Still got its wrapper on because it hasn't been worn. I have resized the bracelet for my fiance, but the exact same watch, just that this one looks newer. Same again. Start on the top, stop, same button, restart. The refresh is at the bottom. This one, if you can see, There's your dates there. Quite hard to see. It says 25/18/05, which means it was made on the 25th of the 5th, 2018. This. And there's nothing really changed on the watch. This one looks a lot newer. Needs a bit of a clean. It shouldn't really. Same clasp. If it will focus on the clasp watch. There we go. Exact same. It's still got the plastic on it. What needs peeling off, but that'll get peeled off when she comes to wearing it. Same thing again. As you can see, it's the 29th of March today, and that is the time, because it is all correct. Yeah, again, exact same thickness. The Michael Kors imprint on it. And the good thing about these watches, I'll just grab out the old one, so I'm not faffing about with this new one too much. Look, again, as you can see, they're nice, easy to fasten. Slide that one back in its box. Grab the old one. Really easy to come off. Just pinch on the two buttons there, and it will unclasp the watch. Yeah, so a good thing about these watches is how you can tell a real one. You see the second hand. You see how it's got the M above it. That's one way to tell. It's got that little M above the second hand. The end of the second hand just there. Little tiny M. Another thing, the real watches have all of the information you need about the watch on the back. The reference number, which is there, MK-5128. The engraving on there. The Michael Kors on it itself will be nice to read. But yeah, there's nothing much more to say about the watch really. It's just a very nice ladies' watch. I'll show you some measurements now. Zeroed off, and I shall pull the face up, as you can see, end to end. End to end. 37.9, and then clasp to clasp, which is about there, and there it will be 47. The thickness of this watch. What is the thickness of this watch? The thickness of this watch is 13, around 13, or 12.6 is the thickness of this watch, which means it will not raise too high off your wrist. It's not a very big watch. It is a female watch, so I don't want to be really big because it will look silly. But the reason I got the exact same watch, as you can see, this one's very worn now, and to repair this one so it's like new, it's just not worth it. The bracelet, you can buy a new bracelet for it, and they're about £75. But if you replace the bracelet, the body of the watch is going to look odd to the bracelet. As you can see here above the 12, it's got scratches on there, which means I'd have to replace that as well, and that's about £25. This watch, well, I bought the new one around £200 I believe. So it would not be worth it to repair this one. I'd rather just buy the new one. So that's what I did. So if you would like to know more about this watch, I'll put all the information in the description. What the movement is, all that sort of stuff, because I don't really know what the movement is of this watch. Don't know where it was made. I just know it's a Michael Kors, and my fiance wanted it, so we bought it. She wanted this one, she bought it. It was looking old and tatty, very worn, so I bought her the new one. And there's nothing more to say about it really. Very nice watch, easy to read, easy to use. There is one downside to this watch. If you want to change the time and anything like that on this watch, you'll have to use your fingernail to pull the winder out, because you cannot grip it properly. And the first click is to do the date. The second one will change the minute hand, and then you push it back in. That's it about this watch. So what I will say is, nice watch. My fiance likes it, so she's got it. Second thing is good value for money. So just while you see me, easy to fasten, easy to undo. Nice watch. I could strongly recommend buying that watch. Obviously you'll get the newer version if you did buy the watch, which comes in the white box with the grey, to make the watch stand out a lot more over the darker box. The Michael Kors box, very presentable. The name on the front of the box, on the bottom of the box, and to tell a real box with a real watch from the fake ones. The real boxes have that etched into it, and the old one will have the same thing. If I just toss, you see, old one's got the same thing. One thing I will say, even the underside of the box is very nice on both of them. They didn't have to do that, but they have, and it looks very nice. So this is the watch reviewer. This is the first watch review I've done of two watches, the exact same watches, old and the new. Seen the differences, didn't know differences. I've got a long-term review on my fitness watch, which is a dirt cheap fitness watch. I'll do the good and the bad on that. And if you'd like to know more about these, I'll put as much information as I can put in the description. If you want to know where you can buy one for your partner, or if you're looking for yourself, drop a comment, let me know, and I'll put it on a pinned comment at the top for all that information. And I'll see you on the next one.